Hey everyone, my name's Nicole and welcome to my channel. My last upload was about 2 years ago, so I thought I'd come on here and give you guys an update on my competition results and how I've been doing. I got my ACL reconstructive surgery in December 2017, so it's been about 2 years since then. I have a separate video of the surgery and the recovery process, so I'll link that down below if you want to watch that. About 6 months after my surgery, I was so eager to go back into the room and prepare to compete again. I had started running 4 months after surgery, and I would run this 1.5 mile route just because I wasn't able to go back into the room just yet. From month 6 to 8 post-surgery, I got back into the wrestling room, and frankly, I thought it was going to be an easy transition getting back into wrestling after my surgery. If you're a wrestler, then you would know that a fundamental movement in wrestling is taking a shot. Not an actual alcoholic one, but the process of putting most of your weight on your knee while bending and extending it. I'd been going to practice for about a month, and I still wasn't fully comfortable performing this move. Comparing it to a sport like football, it is similar to being hesitant to cut on the field for the very first time. This requires you to fully trust the strength and reliability of your knee, which is an incredibly difficult first step. It took me about 2 months to be able to take a complete shot on my own. If you're a wrestler, then I'd recommend getting a partner to help you take a shot. It's a drastic effort to try and take a full shot on your own from the get-go, so this will allow you to gradually release more weight onto your knee on your own terms. Another thing that might speed up this process is to focus on bending your knee immediately after the surgery. Rather than prioritizing flexibility post-surgery, I was more focused on strengthening the muscles that were around my knee. Both aspects are very important, so I would suggest making a conscious effort to not favor one over the other. In December, I wrestled at my first tournament. There weren't many girls at this tournament, so I was in a round robin with one other girl. I won the first match, lost the second, and won the third, so I technically won, but I still felt disappointed with my performance. I wasn't satisfied because I didn't dominate like I believed I once could. I had expected to return back to the wrestler that I was a year prior, but that just wasn't reasonable. My coaches, teammates, and parents all helped me realize that I wasn't the same wrestler as I was before, and that's okay. This match was a motivator for me to work even harder at practice, not only because I wanted to succeed, but because I needed to catch up to the level of my opponents. My knee felt completely fine at this tournament, and it didn't present any issues at all. In fact, I think that my coaches and my parents were more worried about me hurting my knee than I actually was. Throughout my whole experience, I wasn't fully comfortable wrestling without my knee brace. I'll leave a link to the one that I bought down below. About 10 months after surgery, I felt that I didn't need my brace anymore, which was technically true. After about 9 months post-surgery, a functional ACL brace doesn't actually prevent any further injury from occurring. I took my brace off at practice once, and I remember I was about to go live with somebody, but right before we went, I felt this wave of paranoia and anxiety that my knee would give out. I treated my brace as a crutch or a safety net, and that's completely fine. The physical aspect of rehabilitation is very painful and difficult, but the psychological component of recovery is just as challenging, if not more. Whether a brace has the same mental encouragement for you or not, it is important to realize that this battle is as much of a psychological one as it is a physical one. In February of 2018, I competed at the Central Coast Section tournament and I placed first. So here's a clip of my finals match highlights. Teammates also placed, one of them being my sister, who also placed first, so shout out to Melissa. We all went to state together and my sister placed 5th. I went 2-2 after losing 2 very close matches. One of them was in overtime and the other one was 1-2. At my first tournament in December, I was notified that I was accepted into Stanford University. I remember being so stoked to celebrate with my family and my wrestling community all at the same time. After finding out about my acceptance, I began to wrestle not for the recognition, college applications, or even my team. I began to wrestle for myself because this is the sport that I had grown to love over the years, especially after my injury. I discovered a newfound appreciation for the work ethic, perseverance, and determination that I had unknowingly been learning from wrestling all along. 2 years post-surgery, my knee has been operating perfectly well. I am able to practice jiu-jitsu, go on 3-mile runs, and even cut in recreational frisbee games. In fact, I am now able to wrestle and do jiu-jitsu without my brace. I think that this confidence comes with time, so don't feel the need to rush it at all. The Olympic gold medalist Dan Gable once said, "Once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy." I wholeheartedly agree with this statement. I now realize that wrestling has taught me more than just how to win a 1v1 fight. It has shown me how to succeed as a female in a male-dominated environment. It has proven to me that I can and will overcome any obstacle that comes my way. It has given me the strength, courage, and integrity that I apply to the rest of my life. If I had the option to return back in time and prevent myself from tearing my ACL, would I? My dad has always said that everything in life happens for a reason. I was one of the only girls when I joined wrestling, and it has exposed me to a different environment that I would have never experienced otherwise. After tearing my ACL and going to physical therapy, I learned that I was interested in the psychology behind rehabilitation, so I pursued an internship at the Lucille Packard Children's Hospital. This experience inspired me to apply to Stanford with the intention of studying mechanical engineering and focusing on prosthetics. And now that I've been at Stanford for about half a year, I've discovered a new passion for computer science and the creative side of myself that it allows me to explore. Everything in my life has brought me to this specific moment under these exact circumstances, so no, I wouldn't change a thing. And for those of you watching, if you're struggling with new results of a torn ACL, apprehension about surgery, or anxiety about going back to your sport, just know that everything will work out in the end. I'm a firm believer of this, and it has proven to be true for me. The first step in recovery is overcoming the psychological hurdle of not believing in yourself. Once you are confident that you will come back from this injury and emerge as a mentally and physically stronger individual, then nothing can stand in your way. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this helps some of you who might be going through the same process or inspired others that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Please reach out if you have any questions about the surgery or recovery process, and I would be so happy to answer them for you. I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy during this time. Thank you all for watching. Bye!